All the captains, gentle reminder, please make sure everyone are available in the Kaisala app from today onwards, okay? Today I'll be sending you one assignment for tomorrow's session. So make sure you are ensuring all your team members available in the Kaisala group. It is only for business organization. So you have to carefully watch out. Okay. So far what are things we learned? So far what are the things we learned in the first unit? Anybody can recollect it? What do you mean by business? What do you mean by business?
Business is busyness.
Okay. Samuel, that is a simple definition I gave you, but what is the exact definition for business? Don't write in the exam that business is called busyness. They will not give you marks. Yes, though it is correct. It is correct, but we are not no more school children, right? We are college goers. They should have a good good depth understanding. So what do you mean by business? What do you mean by business? Anybody? Hope everyone taking notes along with you. If you are not taking notes, I have to.
Sir, an organization where people
Oh,
work together.
that is considered. Is it business? Exactly. Is it a business? Yes. Okay. Good. Maybe Janastri. Business is an enterprise which makes distribution provides any article or service. Okay. But what is that core idea? We are not getting that core idea, right? Yes, article services is good, fine. See, okay, I'm popping up the answer for you to pay for that. Okay. See, if someone asks you what is business, please ensure that this is the definition. An economic activity denotes work or effort directed towards the production of wealth. Okay. This is very, very important. All your definitions are correct. Yes, Mukesh is told economic activity and business is simple word, Nitish. Okay. And Rexlin told enterprise which makes distribution or provides any articles or service. Yes, all these things are good, but when you take up to understanding, okay, understanding of business, these are the keywords should be there. For example, Mukesh told economic activity. What is that economic activity? Work or effort? What is directed? It provides wealth. See, there is different kind of learning we can do. Just we learn something and we put it in paper, but start learning to start understanding the things which are taught. Okay, that is very, very important. Anybody can learn. If you go and ask someone in the class 10 or 12, if they ask what is business, they will tell, sir, running an organization. Simple. No, we are coming into a college level. We are in a DBA. You people are someday you may be going to be entrepreneur, maybe owning your own business. Ensure you learn to the core, not just vague learning. Okay. So if someone asks you what is business, this is the definition. An economic activity denotes work or effort directed towards the production of wealth. Okay. The next question: how business is integrated? How business is integrated? What are the three different? Yes, good trade, commerce, industry. So these are the three integration that becomes business. That is trade, commerce, industry. If we have these three, that is considered to be business. Okay. Uh, well, what are the ways business is classified? What are the ways business is classified? What are the ways a business is classified? No, business is not classified as industry. As Mukesh is right, industry and commerce. Okay, if I think Rexin got the answer, but not for this question. If someone asks you, what do you mean by industry? What do you mean by industry? Yes, Rexlin answers can be accepted. If you put together men, machine, men, material, machine, that will be considered to be industry. Okay, so classification of business activities, we have two different activities, that is industry and common. Sorry, yes. So industry and commerce, okay, these are the two classification of business activities, and there are different industries. We have in extractive, genetic, and then we have got manufacturing, and we have got construction. So then we got commerce. Commerce is divided into trade and aids to trade, and the trade is nothing but buying and selling. We have foreign trade and home trade. Home trade is wholesale and retail, and foreign trade again is simplified into interport, export, and interport. So aids to trade, which supports the trade. And we saw about different objectives of the business: economic objective, social objective, human objectives, and the nation's objective. So these are the things we saw in unit number 1. Any doubts are there? Any doubts? Any doubts? Okay, so we will move on to second unit. Okay, we will move on to second unit. Okay, so second unit is, yes, we saw about what is business, how it is functioning, the three components of business. We saw how it is classified, and each classification, how it is divided further. Okay, now we need to understand how business is formed. How business is formed, and what are the ways a business is formed. That is what we are going to learn today. I want everyone to pay a complete attention, because this will be completely new to many of you. So this is a basic of any business. Okay, very important topic we are going to discuss. So I want everyone to pay 100% attention. So business, there is a quote. Okay, always deliver more than expected. This quote is given by person who founded the Google, Larry Page. Okay, he gave this quote. Always deliver more than expected. It should be applicable to all the business. That is what every business person will be looking for. So always deliver more than expected. And then, what is important to know about forms of business? Why we should know this is way a business should be formed? Why we need to learn? Why we need to learn? Any idea? You can just guess. Either use a chat box or use your mic, unmute your mic and talk. You can talk. Why it is important to know about forms of business? Okay, what is mean by forms of business? We'll split the question again. Okay, what do you mean by forms of business? What do you understand by forms of business? Any idea? If you don't know, just please put it, yes sir, I don't know, please tell me. Okay, to perform. Okay, to perform what? To perform, but what I'm going to perform? Okay, so we're getting don't know sir. Okay, we're getting some answers, don't know. Okay, so if you don't know the answer, just please make sure that you are putting it in the chat box. Okay, so forms of business. First we go to importance of forms of business. We should know forms of business. Forms of business is nothing but the formation of the business. There are different formation of business. We have got government companies. Okay, we have got partnership companies, we have got private limited companies. So every business should be legally framed. The legal formation is known about forms of business. The formation of the business. Who is the head? Who is the subordinate? How it is started? Who invested? All these questions will be answered in this form of business. Okay, this is very, very important. How I'm going to frame a company, how I'm going to take up a company. See, for example, if you take an example of our college, we have principal, we have vice principal, we have HOD, we have class advisor, we have supporting staffs, we have lab assistants, we have got students. This is how the hierarchy of the business is defined. If you divide the complete structure of the business is known to be form of business. So, okay, now I think you got the understanding of what is a form of business. Can you tell why it is important to have a formation, to have a setup? Why it is important? Corporation, okay. Kokila is telling corporation. Yes, we have got corporation companies, okay. Why it is to have a formation in the business? He's a leader, he's a vice captain, he's a captain, he's a vice captain. Why we need it? Teamwork and achieve. Okay, good. Rexley is telling. Okay, we'll see some why it is important. Okay, the first point to be precise is establishment. To tell how this company is started. For example, if we tell who founded Google, we will tell Larry Page and Sergey Page. Who established the business? That is very, very important, right? Who started it? If Rexlin started a business, Rexlin founded so-and-so company. So this is very, very important to know who established, how the company is established. This is why the forms of business is done. And the second thing is administrative purposes. We need to administer the business. We should divide the responsibility. Not everyone does everything. See, principal does something, vice principal does some work, HOD does some work, class teacher does some work, and teachers will do some other work. See, we need to have administration over the business. That administration should come from a formation, assigning responsibilities to people and asking them to cross-verify it, whether the function is going on well or not. That is very, very important. Administration of the business can be done only by form. If we don't have any form of business, for example, if we don't have a structure, what will happen? Today I will come, I will work something. Tomorrow I will not come. Okay. If my manager is Kokila, if Kokila comes and asks tomorrow, where is Valan? He's absent, sir. What he did yesterday? If Kokila asked to Aravind will not answer. Okay. Aravind will tell, ma'am, sorry, ma'am, I don't know what he did yesterday. But if Aravind is my boss, if Aravind is my manager, I have to report it to a manager that, sir, I did today, tomorrow I will not be available. These are things Ms. Kokila asked me. So what I will do, I'll have a I will have administrative authority over the company if I have a formation, if I have a very good structure. And the third thing is legal perspectives. Okay. Third thing is legal perspective. Very, very important. In every country, every majority of the business are registered. Okay. Except very few, most of the companies are registered. That should be done. It is a legal aspect. Okay. Legal perspective is very, very important in formation. That is why we protect the people's right. For nobody can cheat, right? If someone runs a business illegally without registering, if they cheat, people will be affected, right? So to protect the people from misguiders or false promises, we'll be using legal administration over the business. So we'll tell them to register your company, do this forming, do this filling, do this paperwork, and get it registered. We'll do all these things. All this legal terms and all these legal procedures will be done in business organization. That is formation of business. Okay. So now we'll see how it is classified, how business is classified, that we will be seeing it. So we get two different forms of business, okay? Non-corporate enterprises and corporate enterprises. Anybody know what is corporate enterprises? Corporate enterprises. In most of in recent times, if you're watching the news or if you're watching the movies, they will tell this country is given to corporates. Politicians will tell, and in movies, some hero will tell we should save our country from corporate. What is this corporate enterprise and what is this non-corporate enterprise? Private, okay, Rexway tells private MNCs, multinational company, okay, multinational company, Mukesh, okay, good. Okay, we'll see slowly what is non-corporate or enterprise and corporate enterprise. Okay, so first we will look about non-corporate enterprises. Okay, non-corporate enterprises is a company or a business started by an individual. Okay, only one person will start the non-corporate enterprises. Okay, is one person who is authority over the company, whether he can open at 10 o'clock, whether he can open at 10 p.m., whether he can close at 12 p.m., whether he can close the next day. He has a complete authority. Only one person starts the business. And he will be managing and he will be owning everything at the same time. He'll be everyone. He will be acting as a, what is a terminology? You'll tell, right? What is a word if someone is all-rounder? Yes, good. Okay, see, I expect all the CSK fans and Dhoni fans to answer these questions. Okay, they'll be all-rounder. They will manage, they will own, they will do all the activities of the business. But why? Because they're the only person who manages the company. And there are not much legal formalities are there, but very few legal formalities are available. So non-corporate enterprises are known to be business activities which are formed by individual. That individual will be a owner and a manager, or he will be managing the company. He will be owning the company and he will be managing the company. And third, we'll have very less formalities in non-corporate enterprises. Then this non-corporate enterprises can be further classified into three different types. Okay, can someone read in the slide from the screen? Can someone read what are the three types of classifications we have? Or should I call the volunteer for the session? Junaid.
Yes, sir.
Junaid, can you read the slide on the screen? Junaid?
Sir, with Junaid, sir.
You only, Junaid Bilal, you only.
Okay, sir. Non-corporate enterprises, sole trading concern, partnership firm, joint Hindu family firm.
Okay, so thank you, Junaid. So we got three classifications under non-corporate enterprises. Okay, so sole trading concern, partnership firm, and a joint Hindu family firm. So we will go through each and every firm and what are its merits and what are its demerits. Okay, so sole trading concern. Sole trading concerns are again a business is done by single individual. Okay, sole means, what do you mean by sole? S-O-L-E, sole. What do you mean by sole? S-O-L-E, sole. Single. Okay. Is my screen available fully now, or it's still off? Is the screen visible to everyone? Okay. So, sole trading is individual forms the business. Okay. Only single person will be handling. So, there will be very less investment, very less risk, and very less gain also. So, how far a single person can do? Okay. So, everything will be less. Investment will be less, risk will be less, and what is a gain, a profit, that also will be less. And that single person only controls and owns everything. Okay, he only controls and owns everything with his own skills, not with some other people's support. He will be doing all these things with his own skill. He will be doing the activities by his own. He will not depend on anyone. So this is called to be sole trading concern. This is also known to be proprietorship. Okay, this is also known to be proprietorship. Majority of you might knowing it. Proprietorship. They will have a visiting card, right? Some business people see proprietor. Junaid Bilal, they will have that visiting card, right? So proprietorship is nothing but a sole trading concern. Only a single individual will be managing the company with his own ability and skill. And there are some merits and demerits are there in sole trading concern. First one is the formation. Okay, merit is the very simplest formation. Only one person. Yes, if you register some form, they will give you the proprietorship. Not much legal perspectives are there. And second is quick decision. Since you are the only one person who is authority over the business, you can take the decision. For example, if Junaid is owning a company, that is a proprietor. Okay, he is one person who manages everything. He will tell if I'm working under him, he will take a decision. Okay, Valan, tomorrow onwards you need not to come. Done. He will recruit someone, Ajay. He will recruit Ajay for the job. If Ajay is not working, okay, Ajay, fine, go ahead. You can leave the company. I will recruit Sanjay for the work. So the decisions are very quick. He can take the decisions very freely because he's the only one person administers the work. And flexible. Okay, since he is the owner, he has a multiple flexibility. He can start new things. He need not to depend on others. He can just freely enable any activities in his organization. He need not to wait for anyone. And fourth, business secrecy. If there is any secret in the business, he will have it. He will have it with himself. He will not tell to others. Okay. He need not to share it with others. So there is a business secrecy is maintained very well. And finally, customer relationship. Since he is the owner of the business, only one owner of the business, all the customers will know you, right? We might have seen it when we go to this mobile recharge shops or some supermarkets or any small companies. They will be known by many people because they directly interact with people. I will not have salesperson. I will not have a marketing person. I will go out and I will talk. Majority of this life insurance people, those people who sell the insurance policies and different financial products, they belong to this category. Sole trading concerns. They know many customers. They will know who is capable of doing what. They will have the big network. Okay, these are the merits are found in sole trading concern. And we also got demerits. Okay, the first demerit could be limited capital. Since one individual, how far Junaid can invest in a business? For example, how far Junaid can business if the business costing around 10 lakhs. Okay, Junaid may be having only 5 lakhs. Maybe he can go for loan, but collateral, all those things they will ask. Okay, so limited capital. Junaid cannot do a big business if he is a sole proprietor. Okay, if he is a single business owner, he cannot invest more. There will be limited, and there will be unlimited liability. What do you mean by liability? What do you mean by liability? Commerce students, those who studied commerce. Liability, what do you mean by பொறுப்பு? Okay, Ajay, nice. பொறுப்பு. Responsibilities, welfare, liabilities. Okay. Okay. Liabilities are things which I need to pay back to people. Okay. Which I need to pay back to people. For example, if the business investment needs 10 lakhs, but I have only 5 lakh, what Junaid will do? Junaid will be getting money from others. So what? He will be paying more to others than to himself. Okay. And then final, third demerit is the lifespan of the business is very less. Maybe Junaid is young now. He can work for 10 years, good. But after 10 years, if he is old, what he will do? If nobody is taking care of the business will end, right? If Junaid is not taking care, right? And there is very limited ability. All the skills cannot be achieved by a single person, right? All skills, if a person possesses, he will be Superman. Okay. Not everyone will be good in every skills. So there will be limited ability. Junaid may be good in finance, maybe he is not good in marketing. Maybe he is good in marketing, maybe he is not in finance. So ability limitations will be high. And there won't be no big business. That is what is the last demerit. There won't be no big business opportunity for a sole proprietorship business. So these are the things we should know about sole trading concerns. Okay. And then we got about partnership form. The partnership form is exactly slightly opposite from the sole proprietorship. The sole proprietorship, but single person. In partnership, we have got 1 or 2 people. Okay. In sole proprietorship, what we'll have a less investment risk and gains. All those things are very less. But here we got financial volume. We have more investments. We will have more gains. Yes, as long as we gain, there will be loss also. And expansion of business, that is very, very important. If Junaid want to add me as a partner, see, I will open a shop at Vaniyambadi, you open a shop at Tirupattur. We will be a partner. We will share everything. That is how we expand the business. And same, there are merits and demerits are there in the partnership firm too. For example, merits partnership firm is easy to form, very less legal formalities are there, and financial resources, very huge financial resource available. If, for example, if a business needs 10 lakh rupees, 2 people joins 5, yes, we can invest, right? 5 go to 10 lakhs, and we got this balanced approach. If Junaid is doing finance, I will be doing marketing. If Junaid is doing marketing, I will do the finance. So there is some balancing. And then division of labor. What do you mean by division of labor? Anybody? Division of labor? Division of labor. Okay, main material, capital. Division of labor is also known to be splitting the work. Okay, there will be separate allocation of work to individuals. Okay, I will take care Tirupattur district, you take care Chennai district. We'll be separating the work. Okay, that is called to be division of labor. And tax advantage. There are some tax advantage to partnership firms. So there will be slabs. For 10 lakhs, you need not to pay tax. For 15 lakhs, this is the only amount. For 17 lakhs, you have to pay only this amount. So tax advantage. What is the demerit? Okay, even there is limitation capital here too. If it is a 15 lakh business, if it is a 1 crore business, 2 people cannot do. It will be very tough. And same, if you get more money for a business, you will have more liabilities. There will be more liability in partnership firm. And stability. This partner is always a headache for a business. We may not know today. They will tell, "Come on, today we will do," but next day they will tell, "We'll close this. This will not work." See, there will be no stability between the partners. And decision making. Whereas in sole proprietorship, very, very easy in decision making. A single person can take a decision very simply, and he can just hold it. And there will be lack of harmony and secrecy. What do you mean by harmony? What do you mean by harmony? What do you mean by harmony? Okay, harmonious relationship. Okay, relationship. So there will be not much harmony because Janit will not know about me well, or I will not know about Janit well. But if we are in partners, there will be no good relationship, right? Every time we'll look for some benefits out of the business, so that we will not have relationship. We will be only focused on money, and there will be no secrecy. For example, if Junaid is doing a business with his own ideology, he can preserve it. Nobody can take the idea from him. But if he is partnering with me, he has to tell the secret of his business. I may tell to someone, some other person. Maybe I may tell to Jana that yes, Kokila, Ottrumai, yes, harmony is Ottrumai. So I may tell the secret to some other person. So the business idea can be done by any person. So these are the two forms of business we saw today. One is sole concern enterprise. So we got into non-corporate enterprises. We got in sole trading concern and partnership firm and a joint Hindu firm. Okay, so we saw only sole trading concern where only individual is actively doing the business, very less investment, very less risk, and very less gain and very less loss. And since it's a single-handed company, he controls and he owns everything by his own skill. Okay, by his own ability, he does the thing. And there are merits and demerits are there in the sole trading concern. And we got partnership firm. In partnership firm, one or two people will come and work together. There is a good financial value, and there is an expansion of business too. And yes, there are merits and demerits as well. And tomorrow we will see about joint Hindu family firm. Okay, any doubts here? Okay, thank you. We'll meet tomorrow. Thank you all.